only use the choir mic.
Okay.
All right? That makes it easier.
We don't, oh.
Test,
the whole-
test. Ooh.
I think you'll be able to hear me. That was a good one.
I don't even need a microphone.
I think it's changed some. I don't know. Don't forget to give me. Oh. And let's see, oh, here we go. Oh my goodness, we're right away. We're here, we're doing that before. It's already.
Oh.
This one is, I'll start with a G, but the verses start with a C.
Yeah, this is the right one. There's an extra slide
Yeah,
here,
way to chorus.
which
Before healing and now.
yeah, which I can talk about.
What's that word?
Dreary
Okay, I'll wink. How about this? Can you see?
directory.
Can you see her if I go like this? Is that good? Is that
You're
clear?
going to go out with a bang. I can tell that. All right. Ah. Ooh. You all are so quiet.
I forgot to pick up my keyboard. I don't need
Good morning, everyone.
it. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to Unity of Charlottesville on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. We are going to love each other and love the earth today. And my name is Janice Gilmore, and I am your celebration assistant for today. And this gentleman to my left is our senior minister, Reverend Don Lansky.
Morning.
Yay! And if you're noticing, I'm sure, our beloved Blair Jones, our music director, isn't here today. I hear she is in paradise in Key West. Those are the exact words that were shared with me. She's in paradise in Key West. And we have some wonderful guest musicians with us today. Mary Jo and I'm sorry.
No, Betty Jo.
Betty Gordon.
Betty Jo and Mary Gordon. And without further ado, they are going to bless us with a song.
And we really want you to sing with us. It's called Roll to the River. Cindy Callett, who's played here at least a couple of times, it's one of her songs. And I'm going to teach you the chorus. It's not that tricky and we're going to sing it a bunch of times. But the first time around when we start singing it, it'll just be a cappella with Betty Jo and me. But let's go ahead and learn it first. And it goes like this. And it's roll to the river that once shaped these sands. You want to sing that with me? It's roll to the river that once shaped these sands. And the next part, it's roll to the river upon me. Let's try that. And it's roll to the river upon me. We can put that together. And it's roll to the river that once shaped these sands. It's roll to the river upon me. And here comes the second part. And it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. Let's try that. And it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. And the last line, and it's less than a mile to see. Let's do that. And it's less than a mile to see. Let's just try the chorus. And it's rolled to the river that once shaped these sands. It's rolled to the river upon me, and it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. It's less than a mile to see. And here we're going to start it. It's rolled to the rivers that once shaped these sands. It's rolled to the river upon me, and it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. It's less than a mile to see. I climbed the high hills to search for the sea, took to the treetops in flight, saw water in valleys where blueberry grew, watched red-tailed hawks soar out of sight. Now you sing with us. And it's rolled to the rivers that once shaped these sands. It's rolled to the river upon me, and it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. It's less than a mile to see. I watched as the houses spread over the plains. I prayed for the sea to crash in, and the reasons they gave were so righteous and so grave. Don't they know that in the end, no one can win? And it's rolled to the rivers that once shaped these sands. It's rolled to the river upon me, and it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. It's less than a mile to see. I roam the great plains where the juniper grow, and climb the Mariano North Shore. I ran out to Wasky to catch profound tides, and rose high on the bluffs to see more and more and more. It's rolled to the rivers that once shaped these sands. It's rolled to the river upon me, and it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. It's less than a mile to see. They call the land theirs, I call the land ours, for those who can care to walk free. How many houses can rise? How many roads can scrape through before we drive into the sea? And it's rolled to the rivers that once shaped these sands. It's rolled to the river upon me, and it's fly to the waves that still pound these shores. It's less than a mile to see. These times come by hard, no need to explain. One look in your eyes and I know. We've seen the hills green, we've watched the plains bare, we've known the sands covered with snow. And it's rolled to the rivers that once shaped these sands. It's rolled to the river upon me, and it's fly to the waves that still pound than a mile to see. Thank you. Y'all are beautiful singers.
Lovely. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. And Unity welcomes people of all faiths, all cultures, all religion, all gender identity, all sexual orientation. Everyone is welcome here. And Unity began as a part of a New Thought movement in 1889. It's a long tradition that stems all the way back to the Greek philosophers and before that, and then upwards through the Transcendentalists and all sorts of things. So we're glad you're here this morning, and we hope that you find something meaningful to you. It's a tradition here always to begin with prayer. So I'd like to invite us to just take a moment and close the eyes. There is a sense of silence here this morning, I notice. And so for a moment, we can just marinate in that silence. And we get so busy with our lives, our gotta do this and gotta do that. So we have these moments here in spiritual community where we can just step aside from all of that and collect ourselves and center ourselves and remember who we are. And so we give great thanks for the many blessings in our lives. And then this morning we pray for our world leaders, that they be infused with wisdom and guidance to do the highest and best for all of their people. We pray for peace and continued ceasefire in Gaza, for an end of the war in Ukraine. And we pray in the name and after the nature of the indwelling Christ. Amen.
We'll conclude with our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. And it's that time to welcome each other. And I forgot to welcome or introduce our band and our praise singers and took care of that. So let's greet each other with a handshake, a hug, a wave, whatever works. You can roam the sanctuary.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Put your hands together. I'm in the right
Place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul
And it is time for our youth to go join the teachers downstairs in their classrooms for youth education. No, I need it. Thank you.
So we have opportunities for transformation. If you are making an announcement, please come forward and sit in the front rows. But Greg is up first. Are we speaking in here?
I'm using this.
Okay, I guess we're using this.
Can I borrow it?
You can borrow this.
My parents would be shocked to think I need a microphone, but there it is. Just a couple things I wanted to remind everybody of. Of course, you all know that we're doing this awful countdown on Sundays with somebody messed something up there. I don't know what it was. Anyway, we have transition news that is available on our website. And so if you have any questions, I encourage you to go there. We also have an email to the board that's listed on there. So if you have any questions, or feel free to touch base with me or any of the members of the board, we're happy to talk to you about any questions you might have. One thing I did want to clarify, because a question came up about this, we are talking about getting a transition specialist. And that person is the same thing as an interim minister. So we're not getting two people. There was some confusion about that, and people thought we were getting a transition specialist and an interim minister. And we're not. It's the same thing, basically. Unity calls them transition specialists because they are specially trained to help us in this transition. And so that will be a wonderful resource for us to have as we go through these changes. Also, I wanted to remind you that next Sunday we do have our Prosperity Plan meeting directly after the service here in the sanctuary. So I encourage everybody to attend that. We'll be going over the Prosperity Plan for this year, as well as the renegotiation of the mortgage on the church. And most importantly, I want you all to be sure to save the date, March 23rd, because we are going to be having a huge celebration for this guy here,
Get
Reverend
out.
Don.
Right?
We're going to flog him and roast him and all those good things. So anyway, put that on your calendar. There'll be more news to come on that in the coming weeks. But I just wanted to make sure everybody got that on their calendar, because we hope you will be there for that. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Greg. And so, can you guys hear me in the back? Yeah, okay. So Patricia and I are going to be doing these small group gatherings. We have a number of them here, and in the lobby there's a table, and you can sign up to meet with us in small groups. You can also register online as well. The purpose of these small groups is that goodbyes are important. You know, have you noticed that in your life? Endings and beginnings are important. Closure is important. So we want to have the opportunity, really it's a reciprocal, we want to have the opportunity for anyone to share with us anything that you would like, any concerns, anything that you'd like to share, and for us also to have an opportunity to just say our goodbyes, because as you know, according to our ministry code of ethics, when a minister retires, they have to step away from their community until after a new minister is hired, and that takes, that's a process. So did I say enough about that? Yeah. So please come and just have a time with us so we can have closure and hugs and laughter and tears and all sorts of things. All right. We're in the process of having our voting membership classes. This is a really important year to become a voting member of Unity, because we're having to renegotiate our mortgage this year. We have, I think, $431,000 left to pay, and we're looking at a 9-year fixed mortgage, which will be getting input from our congregation about. But it's a good time to vote. The voting members get to vote on the terms of those mortgages. So the second class that we have is next Wednesday, this Wednesday, February 12th at 7:15 on Zoom, and it's what Unity teaches. So if you're new to Unity and kind of want to know what this is all about, this is a good opportunity. You don't have to become a voting member. You can just come for information, but if you'd like to be a voting member, it's required.
Jeff, did you want to come up and say something about Kirtan? Okay, so our next Kirtan is Saturday, February 15th from 2 to 3:30 by donation. And the WTJU Charlottesville Jazz Society and Unity present Nicole Mitchell's Black Earth Ensemble. Free concert in honor of Black History Month. Wonderful. 8 o'clock Friday, February 21st here at Unity of Charlottesville.
And another concert on March 1st, 7 p.m., Pat Wichter and Scuffletown. This is a really popular local band, and they're really well received. And I think it's going to be a great concert, so you can register and buy your tickets online for that at unitycharlottesville.org. And I wanted to let you know about something going on at Unity of Fredericksburg. There's a Justice's Love Conference. It's on Saturday, March 8th from 10 to 2. And it's about the traditional justice system and what would happen if instead of punishment we use love in justice systems. So that's at Unity of Fredericksburg. And there's more information online. And also, how many of you have signed up for our new directory? Did you know we had a new directory? So, you know, this is a new directory. This is a whole new system. You can go to our website, unitycharlottesville.org, and then you go to About. The About thing is here. This is the first step. And when you go to About, you're going to come to this page, and here it says Member Directory. And there you can sign up to a member directory and have access to anyone who wants to have their information posted, their emails and phone numbers. You can see them in our directory. So if you'd like to do that, you can. And there also is a way to go into your own database to check your giving statements, to change your phone numbers and addresses, all of that stuff. Carolyn, our office manager, can help you with that if you need help.
And as always, we have our healing half hour that takes place every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7 p.m. on Zoom. And let's share together now our mission statement. Unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the world.
Please give a warm welcome to Betty Jo and Mary Gordon.
I wrote this song to honor the beautiful place where we live, near the Blue Ridge Mountains. And it's called Sacred Ground. Winding through these county roads, Blue Ridge Mountains in the distance, I'm struck by all the beauty I call home. Gothic oaks drape the drive, I'm in awe of all the brilliance, makes me wonder who lived here long ago. Makes me wonder who lived here. It used to be, could be, should be sacred ground. Used to be, could be, sacred ground. 'Cause 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 walk the paths of fallen leaves with little ones in tow, singing songs to hush the tiny babe asleep. Purple fingers picking berries, red footprints in the clay, sharing chestnuts with chirping chickadees. Chestnuts with chirping chickadees. It used to be, could be, should be sacred ground. Used to be, could be, sacred ground. Who once traveled by the stream, catching trout to feed the village, bent to scoop up cold water in such a way that it trickles down the chin like a mighty waterfall, washing off the fiery summer of the day, washing off the fiery summer of the day. It used to be, should be, could be, should be sacred ground. Used to be, could be, sacred ground. It used to be, could be, should be sacred ground. It used to be, is to me, sacred ground, sacred ground.
Okay. So how many of you are watching the Super Bowl tonight? You know, a guy took his girlfriend to the Super Bowl, and after the game, he asked her how it was, and she said, well, it was really wonderful. All those guys running around with tight pants and all those broad muscles and all that stuff, and the only thing I couldn't understand was why they were killing each other over 25 cents. And so the guy said, he was dumbfounded. He said, I don't know what you mean. She said, well, at the beginning of the game, the referee threw up this coin and it fell and the other team got it, and they spent the rest of the game yelling and screaming, get the quarterback, get the quarterback. So remember that tonight. So Valentine's Day is also happening this week, you know, and so we have to, of course, we have to talk about love today, right? And I want to share with you what a group of 4 to 8-year-olds said when they were asked, what does love mean? So Carl, age 5, said, love is when a girl puts on perfume and a boy puts on shaving cologne and they go out and smell each other. And Rebecca, age 8, said, when my grandmother got arthritis, she couldn't bend over and paint her toenails anymore, so my grandfather did it all for her, even when his hands got arthritis too. That's what love is. And Chris, age 7, said, love is when mommy sees daddy smelly and sweaty and still says he's handsomer than Robert Redford. Karen, age 7, when you love somebody, Your eyelashes go up and down, and little stars come out of you. That's how Patricia hooked me. Chrissy, age 6. Love is when you go out to eat and give somebody most of your French fries without making them give you any of theirs. Marianne, age 4. Love is when your puppy licks your face even after you left him alone all day. And Bobby, age 7. Love is what's in the room with you at Christmas if you stop opening presents and listen. This is my last one, is my personal favorite. Billy, age 4, said, when someone loves you, the way they say your name is different. You just know that your name is safe in their mouth. So kids know about love, I think, don't you? They know when love is unconditional. They know when love is conditional. And Greg Bear wrote a book a number of years ago called Real Love, in which he makes a distinction between real love and imitation love. Real love says, I love you. Imitation love says, I love you because, or I love you when. Real love says, I love you for who you are. Imitation love says, I love you for how you make me feel. Real love is unconditional, and imitation love says, I love you when, or I love you if. So I want to show you a small clip from a movie, Shall We Dance? How many saw the movie Shall We Dance? So Shall We Dance is, just to set it up, the husband is going out and taking dance lessons in secret from his wife to surprise her on her anniversary, and she thinks he's having an affair. So she hires a private detective. And in this scene, the wife is speaking with the detective about marriage. But what I'd like you to keep in mind is that, when you hear the word marriage, also think about it in terms of partnerships or friendships, in the context of what real love might be. So can we have the stage lights? Whoops, that didn't work. Let's start again.
I took the liberty of ordering for you. Bombay Sapphire, 3 lines.
I hired you to watch my husband, Mr. Devine. You're not supposed to be watching me.
It's very hard not to, Mrs. Clark, with all due respect.
You're a married man, Mr. Devine?
I was
Oh, what happened?
unfaithful.
She hired a detective?
No. When she found out I was too far gone, so she's just smiling at me.
You are on a strange journey to redemption, Mr. Devine.
And a very long one, Mrs. Clark.
All these promises that we make and we break, why is it, do you think, that people get married?
Passion.
No.
It's interesting, because I would have taken you for a romantic. Why then?
Because we need a witness to our lives. There's 1 billion people on the planet. I mean, what does any one life really mean? But in a marriage, you're promising to care about everything. The good things, the bad things, the terrible things, the mundane things. All of it, all the time, every day. You're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it. Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness. You can quote me on that if you like.
Sure I will.
Anyway, the reason that I called you here today, to tell you in person that I won't be needing your services anymore. I think to continue would be an unwarranted invasion of my husband's privacy. And, well, anyway, even though there was a reason, I'm sorry for what I've done. And I know enough now, and it's time to stop. Thank you for everything, and goodbye.
Mrs. Clark, I was right. You are romantic.
So, what if in a real love relationship, whether it's marriage or partnership or friendship, we're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice. And your life will not go unwitnessed, because I will be your witness. Wouldn't that be a lovely definition of real love? Martin Buber was a German philosopher who wrote a very influential book called I and Thou. And Buber taught that we are only truly alive when our relationship with the world and with one another is what he called I and thou, as opposed to I and it. When we objectify people, when we limit other people, we're treating them as an it, he said. And in an I-it relationship, we interact with others as objects or as entities that are separate from ourselves. And these interactions are often transactional and functional, where the focus is on the outcome and efficiency and utility. So an example might be how we relate to a waiter or a waitress in a restaurant, or how we relate to a cashier in a store, or how we relate to someone who we know casually as opposed to someone that we're very close with. And Buber says that while it's not inherently negative, I-it relationships treat the other as a thing rather than as a whole human being. And in contrast, in I-thou relationships are deeply personal, deeply mutual. And in these encounters, both of the individuals engage with each other as whole beings, without judgment, without objectification, without agendas, allowing for genuine communication, genuine connection, and genuine transformation. So we relate to each other as authentic human beings in an I-thou relationship, meaning that I love you exactly as you are, and you love me exactly as I am. I meet you as you are, and you meet me as I am. And so he said that when we encounter another individual truly as a person, not as an object for use, we become fully human. And when we're fully human, that means when we're really open and engaging, when we're authentic, and when we're practicing real love, we're treating the other as a thou. And in so doing, we can taste the supremely engaged and open relationship which is known as God. God, said Buber, is the eternal thou. And he said that when we're truly alive, truly in right relationship with others and with God, we live in a current of universal reciprocity. And the idea of universal reciprocity can extend beyond our relationships with one another to encompass our relationship with the earth itself. Did you know that according to estimates from the European Space Agency, there are 2,000 satellites orbiting the Earth, and there are 3,000 dead satellites orbiting the Earth. And the estimates are that there are over 170 million pieces of space debris orbiting the Earth right now, with sizes ranging from 1 millimeter to larger, and 29,000 to 34,000 of these pieces of space junk are considered large debris exceeding 10 centimeters in size. So, the question is, what if we could see the earth? What if we could treat the earth as a thou? What if we could approach the earth from a space of unconditional love and begin to see it not as an object to be exploited, but as a living entity deserving of our respect, deserving of our care? And from that perspective, wouldn't we want to engage in more sustainable and harmonious ways of living? Rather than acting as conquerors, wouldn't we rather act as stewards of our planet, which was the true meaning of the beginning in the book of Genesis about dominion. Dominion was about stewardship. It was about respect and about caring. So I'm really, really pleased and really proud to say that there's a dedicated group of people in our community who have been meeting every week once a month for several months now. And this is the Unity Earth Care team under the leadership of Tony Bouchard and Peter Allen. And they've been preparing for this sort of official launch of our Earth Care project today. And so I want to invite Tony and Peter and Jane and some of the other Earth Care Action Team leaders, Kim, Ginny, Jean, and Katie, to come up on stage. And I guess, where are we speaking? Let's speak here. Let's see, how do we do this?
Jean just whispered to me, "It's so exciting." I know. We are excited, and thank you, Don. We've been talking about the Earth Care team for a while, but it's wonderful to be actually up here and letting you know a little bit more about it, and really inviting anyone who's interested to be part of it. Can we go to the next slide?
Yeah.
Or you're running this? Okay,
I'll do it.
That's great. There's people to thank. So Megan and Carolyn have done an incredible job helping us get the website ready, because we'd like the Earth Care team to use the website as a way to communicate with all of you. And so on the website, there's our mission, and I'll read it to you, but you can see it up there. It may be hard to read, but the Earth Care team educates and empowers individuals, the congregation, the wider community to take actions that promote stewardship of the environment and an increased awareness of our oneness with the earth. So as Don pointed out, Peter and Jane are also co-leads of the Earth Care team, but it doesn't really stop there. The real heart and engine of the work that the Earth Care team happens in what we're calling action groups or action teams. So can you go to the next slide? And so I wanted to introduce people who are leading those, because those are the ones that is where the magic's gonna happen. So Kim Smith is leading the team related to community outreach, where we'll connect with a lot of people in our local community that are already doing amazing things and connect them also with us. So kind of that two-way street. Jean and Ginny have been amazing forces for helping us reuse, recycle, and all of those things related to that. So they're leading that team. Katie is leading the team related to regenerative gardening. So we take care of our earth, our soils, make sure we kind of create an environment that doesn't have invasive species or invasive insects. I'm leading the solar team, and Peter is leading a really wonderful team to bring in speakers so that we can all learn more about what we can do. So this is the group, but we're not the only ones. There's also a whole lot of people right now in the congregation, and I'd like you to stand if you've been part of the Earth Care team. So please stand up. There's a lot of you that are also part of this team, and really we invite any of you to be part of it. We're having a meeting later today after fellowship at 12:30. So if you're interested in learning more, please come. And I think there's one more slide, right?
I don't think so.
Ginny shared with us in the fall this amazing video that we were incredibly inspired by. And it really is the story of how a small group of people can make an incredible difference. And we feel like that. It's daunting when when Don was showing what's out, even just the pollution around the planet. It can kind of be a daunting task, but we know that a small group, we can make a difference. And so we wanted to share this video with you. Yeah,
Are you guys going down? So before you go down, can we just show them some love? That was really wonderful.
Thank you.
Can we have the lights?
As a kid growing up on a Louisiana bayou, the boogeyman was the existential threat of my state being washed away with the Mississippi River. Louisiana loses a football field's worth of land every 100 minutes due to coastal erosion. It's an unimaginably large amount to a kid, but in my lifetime so far, we've lost over 600 square miles. That's more area than New York City, San Francisco, DC, and Atlanta combined. It's due to sea level rise, warming waters, increasingly severe storms, and exploration of the oil and gas industry. Fast forward to 2020, in my last full semester as an engineering student, and over a $2 chuck, my boyfriend and I lamented over the lack of glass recycling in Louisiana. My state was landfilling about 295 million pounds of glass annually. The bottle we just finished would likely end up in a landfill. It felt like a total waste. And we wanted to figure out how we could get all of this glass recycled. The next day, it took a quick Google search to remember that glass comes from sand, and that sand is an increasingly finite resource. We also learned about everything sand is needed for, including toothpaste, by the way. And the last puzzle piece we found was this small, human-sized machine that could crush one bottle at a time into sand, and we jumped into action, setting up a GoFundMe campaign and a pilot project in the backyard of a fraternity house. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how in the world would two college kids ever be able to make a dent in these problems? And that would be valid. Plenty of people told us the exact same thing, but we didn't listen because we knew that no matter how small of an impact we made, it would be worth it. It felt like we could alleviate two problems with one solution: convert the otherwise landfilled glass back into sand and use it in restoration projects across the state. Easy, right? But we didn't listen to the haters, which is actually why we named our company Glass Half Full. But that glass half empty mindset might actually be one of the biggest threats we face today. Because climate apathy might be the new climate denial, meaning that the biggest threat to our environment may no longer be people who deny our part in the changing climate, but people who deny that we can actually make a difference. Now, climate change is happening right before our eyes. It's terrifying. I've witnessed firsthand the severity of rapidly intensifying hurricanes like Ida. But dread, doom, and gloom tend to get us nowhere, whereas hope, combined with action, can be one of the most powerful tools to enact change. Since that late night wine-fueled idea over 4 years ago, we've been able to divert more than 8 million pounds of glass from our landfills. We quickly grew out of that small, tiny machine and upgraded a lot along the way. We continue to work with over 50 scientists and engineers across the Gulf South, and they help me learn if this is good smelling mud or not, but also understanding the interactions of our sand with the plants, animals, and even fungi of our region. We've also answered difficult scientific questions, as well as questions like, can you actually walk on sand made from glass? And I exposed my toes to the internet to answer that. In a few short months, we'll be opening up our new facility, enabling us to recycle the 295 million pounds of glass entering our landfills annually. Thank you. And with a combination of biodegradable sandbags and native marsh grasses, we've already restored thousands of square meters along our coast, converting open water back into thriving wetlands. But the key to our success so far isn't that we had all of the answers in the beginning or tons of money to try this thing out. The key was that we simply started and we kept going. Somewhere, the belief that we as individuals could enact change trumped our doubts. And for us, finding a way to help with a problem much, much bigger than us meant taking that first step. And in our case, it was a step in the sand in an eroding but once magnificent swamp. Thank y'all.
So the invitation for you is to participate if you want. The Earth Care team is having its meeting today at 12:30 downstairs in the large fellowship classroom. And you see these are really dynamic people. There'll be lots of offerings, lots of events, lots of opportunities to participate. And that's your invitation this Valentine's week, to show love to one another and to show love to our planet. So we'll prepare for meditation. I have a different kind of meditation today, which is going to be eyes open. But first we have a song, right?
Into the silence, into the glory, into the silence, into the glory, into the silence, into the glory, into the silence, into the glory. Speak not of evil, nor harm one another. Honor yourself, respect each other. Follow your dreaming, go where it leads you. Know it when you see it, in your dreams come true. Into the silence, into the glory, into the silence, into the glory, into the silence, into the glory, into the silence, into the glory. Know your uniqueness, love what you've been given, and you'll give it back tenfold in your loving and living. May your hearts be open, may your hands be healing, may your feet step to the music of the planets reeling. Into the silence, into the glory, 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 glory coming through ya, glory, glory, into the silence, into the 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 glory.
So can we have the stage lights and the house lights? This is an eyes open meditation to begin with, so I invite you just to watch. And now close your eyes and just rest in silence. To bring our attention back. And open our eyes when it feels comfortable. We have a ring. I want to leave you with another definition of real love. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it was and always will be yours. If it never returns, it was never yours to begin with. If it just sits in your living room, messing your stuff up, eating your food, using your telephone, taking your money, and never behaves as if you actually set it free in the first place, you either married it or gave birth to it.
Oh, good to laugh. What a powerful presentation. Thank you, Reverend Don.
Thank you, Earth Care team.
And thank you, Earth Care team, and thank you, musicians, for just a beautiful experience and giving us a sense of what's most important is to love all that is. Thank you. Thank you. So now it's time to give back a portion of all the good we've received here this morning. But before we do that, I'd like to see if there's anyone here for the very first time. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone else? Ah, beautiful welcome. We hope you've had a lovely experience, and whatever brought you here, that your needs have been fulfilled. Thank you for being here with us. So there are, and onliners, anyone online for the very first time, we'd love to see you here in the sanctuary if that's doable for you, and meet you face to face. So there are many ways to give to Unity of Charlottesville: online, text to give, the U.S. mail, and here in our butterfly net that Linda is coming around with. And we want to thank you all for all of your tithes, your tithing of your time, your talent, as you saw with the Earth Care team. And there are so many more ways that people give of their time and talent here. And your tithing of your monetary being able to give to us to support our finances. We thank you so much. And we're going to say now together our prayer for our tithes and offerings. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And it's time for some more beautiful music.
Some of you might know this poem. It's an old one, turn of the 20th century poem. It's called Keep A Goin', and I remember reading it with my mom when I was a child, over and over. And actually Blair, too, has the same book that I had growing up. So it's called Keep A Goin', and it's by Frank Stanton, and I loved it so much I put it to music. So your part, you will have a repeated part. And it's the words keep a going, and it comes a lot in the song. So I don't even need to teach it to you because you're going to get it right away. If you strike a thorn or rose, keep a going. There it is once. If it hails or if it snows, keep a going. Ain't no use to sit and whine when the fish ain't on your line. Bait your hook and keep a trying, keep a going. Bait your hook and keep a trying, keep a going. When the weather kills your crop, keep a going. So work to reach the top, keep a going. Suppose you're out at every dime, getting broke, ain't any crime. Tell the world you're feeling prime and keep a going. Tell the world you're feeling prime and keep a going. La-da-da, la-da-da, keep a going. La-da-da, la-da-da, keep a going. La-da-da, 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 keep a going. When it looks like all is up, keep a going. Drain the sweetness from the cup, keep a going. See the wild birds on the wing, hear the bells so sweetly ring. When you feel like sighing, sing, keep a going. See the wild birds on the wing, hear the bells so sweetly ring. When you feel like sighing, sing, keep a going. When you feel like sighing, sing, keep a going.
still have pastoral care. If you have a need, you can email Unity of Charlottesville or call the office. And we have Healing Helpers today in the back corner, led by Kevin, and Buddy will be available at the front of the sanctuary for individual prayer.
And next week, Flying on Faith, we're going to have Amy Steinberg. How many of you remember Amy Steinberg? She's been before. She's a hoot. So she'll be here next week singing with us. And Robin, did you guys want to come up or?
Oh.
Okay. So
Yeah, they're coming.
was that a yes?
They're coming.
That was a yes. Okay. All right. Can I grab this thing? Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Amy.
Come on up, Raphael. Well, this morning we talked about Valentine's, and we shared the book All I See is Part of Me, and talked about the fact that the light of God is in everything, and it radiates from us and joins with the light in the universe. And then we all made Valentine's to ourselves. Emmy, you want to tell us what yours is about?
Being kind to yourself.
Okay. So we had a great time.
Great. So let's bless you guys before you go. Yeah. Whoops. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. So together, children, Uniteens, YOUers, teachers, and parents, you are loved, special, and important. Thank you, guys.
Let's give them a hand.
So we just want to thank everybody, Boyan and Luke up in the sound booth, and Cindy, Cindy's email, blessing team today, and Kim was on that team as well, and thank you guys. And we have our Healing Helpers buddies here for individual prayers. Thank you, Betty, Joe, and Mary Gordon. Thank you so much for your music today. And Blue and Stevie and Jim, and thank you, Janice, and thank you for our praise singers. You guys are going to come do the peace song?
Yes.
John, Karen, and Kevin.
Come on, Ben.
Thank you, guys. Right, and Earth Care meeting at 12:30 downstairs, and let's stand and join for our prayer for protection. And together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and wherever God is, all is well. Peace that was meant to be. invitation is to practice real love. Have a great day.
Thank you guys, y'all were incredible. You were awesome. Thank you, Blue. Appreciate it. Thank you, Blue.
I also have these banjo sticks on the fingers and put it around my neck.
Yeah, we're on a journey together, right? We're on a journey together. Yes, we will. We're gonna.
Next time you do it, I'll bring we got past this stop, the challenge.
The actual